Hey everybody. Yeah, it's been a good month and it's been a while since I made any videos. I spoke to somebody yesterday that mentioned that it was important to him, so I think I'll throw one up. Um, just finished my workout. It went well. I got up to 125. I did a full clean, then a squat clean. Then I did a two front squats and then a press or push press. And yeah, it went well. I got up to 125 pounds. Now, the reason that I do these types of workouts that I do is if I go back to when I was thin, which was not that long ago, it's only 7 or 8 years ago that I was very thin. In fact, my thinnest it was 8 years ago, which was not that long ago. I mean, obviously, I can't be in the same shape. Here I am, 60 years old. 8 years is a long time. So, yeah, I can't be 52. I can't be 51 again now that I'm 59. I can't do that. But I can do the same things that I did then that made me successful and see how they affect me now. Because if they worked then, maybe they should work now. And they are working. They did work. Because I noticed when I was in great shape and when I looked great, I felt good. I I lifted every day. I watched I ate a mixed diet, but I did not eat a lot of carbohydrates. I watched my carbohydrates. I tried to get lean meat in my diet, good meat, not lean meat, meat in my diet, and yeah, and you know. So here's what I figured out. Now, what happens is you may or may not be metabolically dysfunctional. Because I've noticed that now I am starting to become metabolically functional again. I noticed this yesterday when I went over to my mom's house and she fed me chili, and she loves to put beans in it, and I would avoid beans. I avoid them, but I went ahead and ate them. And I noticed that about 20 minutes after I ate them, that I started to feel sleepy and groggy. So what was that? That was an insulin spike. I felt an insulin spike, but it happened fast. So what does that mean? That means that I'm insulin sensitive. Insulin sensitivity means that you're metabolically functioning well. If you eat a whole pizza and like 5 hours later you feel like you're going to pass out because it finally hits you, that is a sign of insulin resistance, right? Because your body is supposed to respond to insulin. Insulin is very important. Insulin is what tells your body to do important functions, to build a cell. It puts energy in it. It's a lot more complicated than that, and I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you, for that, just the purposes of you wanting to be in shape, okay? So it started working. So what did I do to get there? Well, the biggest thing that I did was for the last 2 weekends, I did 36-hour plus fasts. My first weekend, which was last weekend, I kind of cheated a little bit. I had some cream cheese that I wanted to make into something, and I couldn't wait, and I made it, and I ate quite a bit of it. At least, I don't know, at least an ounce of cream cheese and some sugar that was in there. So I ate it. So it knocked me out of ketosis, I'm sure. It knocked me out of that and made an insulin spike. I didn't feel it too much, but I cheated. Over this weekend, the last weekend, a couple of days ago, I didn't touch anything. All I drank was coffee. So what happens is, my insulin level when I started that was up here, and then it got down to here. And then it went down, and now the insulin level's low, so that's why I got that spike. I got myself back. Because I noticed when I was in shape, it didn't matter what I ate as long as I did the fix back as I burned it off. It got burned. That's the reason I think training helps, because training also stimulates what's called autophagy, which autophagy will burn up the stuff in the cells. It'll help you burn fat. So if that's your goal, that's what you need to do. So, yeah, because I don't want to overdo this losing weight. Because what I've noticed about a lot of these keto people, okay, a lot of them are fat. Okay, I'm not a fat person. I mean, I got fat, but now that I look back, The reason I got fat is because I wanted to get strong. And if you want to get really strong, you're going to have to get fat. There's no doubt about it. You'll have to get fat. Getting fat will make strong. If you want to get strong, you need to get fat. It's hard to get strong if you don't eat enough. All right? You have to get big because you can't just lay on muscle by itself. You have to put on muscle and fat. So I've lost fat. I've lost muscle in the last month since I've lost weight. I've lost some muscle. So that's why I'm training again to get my muscle back. But I don't want to get too fat. It's just kind of a, you know. But at my age, it's not that important. I just want to have some strength. I want to keep my strength because you lose your strength pretty fast when you get old. Okay, so I guess the main thing I've said is you need to get yourself into a metabolic situation that you want to go, what you want to reach. If you want to get big and strong, then it's okay to eat. Pile on the food, and you're going to get big and strong. All right? And this is very important for young people, for athletes. If you're old and you don't have much strength, yeah, then I would say you need to eat and get bigger and stronger and lift. Lifting is very important. That stimulates things. And I'm not talking about dumbbells. I'm not talking about machines. I'm talking about a barbell. There's nothing more important than a barbell because you do it on your feet. You have to balance the weight. The weight hits your entire body. I'm just a big fan of it. I don't think there's any substitute for it. So I kind of run around here a little bit. But if you want to get your goals, figure out what your goal is. If your goal, like me, is to trim down, wear your old pants, yeah, then you're going to have to fight insulin because that's what's telling you. Insulin is what telling your body what to use your sugar or to burn your fat. And if you want to burn your fat, you're going to have to burn up your body wants to use your sugar, or when you're in that state where your body's using sugar, you're never going to access the fat on your body. So now I think I've gotten back to the fat at least into Thanksgiving of last year. I've at least got that far. I think it's a little more. To me, it feels like it's almost into December of 2018 that I'm that thin, that I've dropped down that much. Because what happens is when you go these fast, your body starts looking. It burns up the bad stuff first. It does certain things, and then it starts looking, and then after it burns all that up, it starts burning up your sugar, and then it starts going to your fat. And once you get into that sweet spot where the fat starts burning, then it gets easier. But you have to get there. And I don't think there's any way around it except fasting. I think before, when I was in when I first went on my first big diet, I did it with, I watched my carbohydrates. I did 50 carbohydrates. And I noticed all these effects even then from just eating, low carbohydrate diet. But it took 3 months. So anyway, stick with it. Out!